absolutely love every product I've tried. I've tried a little bit of everything. Certainly haven't tried everything they have, but I've certainly tried to get my palette wet in all the areas. And the Savvy makeup and skincare and whatnot is definitely one that I absolutely am loving. I was already in love with the skincare, and adding the Savvy products has just been one more layer of goodness. So, but I'm still learning how to use the natural stuff, the minerals, and understanding how that's good for my skin and how it's good for my complexion, and understanding how to apply it all. So that's what she's going to do tonight. And I am going to quickly turn the reins over to her to introduce herself and get us started, because we don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, but it's a fun time to do this tutorial.
Alrighty, Tammy, I've already hit record, so we're recording this class. We can post it afterwards. Okay, so I cannot believe that it has been almost a year that I have been a 100% Savvy girl. I can't even believe years passed. So I got my makeup last convention. You know, I was head over heels in love with the oils and all the products, supplements, Anisha Red, personal care products, and I am not a big makeup girl at all, but I thought if the oils were so incredible, then perhaps, hey Charlene, then perhaps the makeup will be just as great. I was just saying, Charlene, that I'm a year into my Savvy journey, so I can't believe that the makeup's been out for a year. It's been fun experimenting and trying new colors. And I also want to let you girls know real quick that at the end, we'll take questions and we'll unmute you girls. But there's only 4 of us on the call, so if you have a burning question, I'm not opposed to you unmuting yourself in the middle of it and just asking the question, okay? So I was just saying that I've been Savvy for a year, and I'm not a big makeup person, and honestly, I did not know any techniques. I just wore whatever was on sale at Walgreens, and you know, I was lucky if I had on blush, mascara, and foundation. You never caught me with eyeshadow. That highlighting, bronzing, I didn't even know what that was. I thought it was for teenagers, you know, never going to find me in that. But when Young Living came out with all these products, I just thought, I'm just going to get them and try them. And, you know, I love my oils so much, so I thought the makeup's got to be fantastic too. So, plus, I can't really tell people about the makeup if I haven't tried it, right? So I went ahead and bought all of it and fell in love. First application, it was so amazing. It's so light, so natural, so easy. And then I started watching all these videos out there that actually taught me quickly everything that I need to know. So no one has sat with me. So I'm just telling you, it's super easy. You can do it. No one sat with me and showed me any of this, but somehow I quickly became the resident expert just because I was watching a few videos and playing around with the makeup. So I want to tell you the 2 groups that taught me everything that I know, and they're great groups. They're Facebook groups, and one is called Inside Out Natural Savvy Beauty, and the other one is called The Savvy Mess. And I'll link those below after the call too. So those are 2 great sites. Now tonight, I'm not going to spend a ton of time going into the skincare routine, but it's really, really important. So can't stress that enough. You know, it's kind of hard to have beautiful makeup if you don't have beautiful skin. It just doesn't really work that way. So I have quit buying Dove at Walgreens, and I've switched over to the skincare line as well. When I went to beauty school, which was right before convention, I was sold out on all of these skincare products. And when I started putting all that on my face and realizing what is in our skincare, it really caught my attention that I didn't want to put the toxic makeup on top of the beautiful skin that I was developing from all the skincare products that I was using. So I was super happy that they came out with that at convention last June, the makeup. So I'm just telling you that we're not going to go deep into the skincare. I'm just going to tell you what my routine is real quickly with the skincare. But I am going to post a video below after the class of a skincare class I did that is very detailed. So you can go back and watch that if you want to. But tonight we're just going to focus on a tutorial of makeup. So what I use, and there is a lot of products that we have, and in the other video that you can watch later, we'll tell you about all the products. But tonight I'm just going to tell you what I use. I use the Orange Blossom Facial Wash to wash my face. And this stuff is amazing because it has 2 products in it that I love, MSM and Sulfurzyme. And those are in Ningxia Wolfberry, and I'm sorry, those are in the Ningxia Red drink. So if you know about Ningxia Red, you know how great those are. They're sort of like supplements, really. They're all over full body supplements. So I would encourage you to look those 2 up, MSM and Sulfurzyme, and see that when you're washing your face, you're actually doing a world of wonder to your body as well. Why I love this one so much is because you just dilute 1 teaspoon in a bottle, about this size, or 2 teaspoons if you have 8 ounces. This is about 4 ounces. And then you put the rest water. This will last you like 8 months. It's amazing. Then I do the Satin Mint Facial Scrub. I'm almost out. But this is a facial scrub. I use this like twice a week or every other day is fine. And what a facial scrub does is it helps to slough off the dead skin cells. So in order to have your new skin cells, which are made about every 7 days, resurface, you got to get the old ones off. So this is super important, and I do this every other day. Tammy's going to be helping me tonight with things that I forget or ask questions to help clarify things. So at the end, Tammy, of this, can you help remind me what are the 3, if you just have to start with 3 products, what to start with? Because I'm going over my full skincare routine right now.
Okay, I'll be sure to do that. And if you guys have a question that you want to put in the chat box, I'll make sure that it gets asked. If you don't want to unmute yourself, you can just type it in the chat box, and I will be watching that, and I can ask her. And Tanya, you might want to put on your spotlight video so we can see you larger.
Okay. Okay, so now I have washed my face and I have used my Satin Mint Facial Scrub, which I only do every other day. Then I tone every single day, and I use the Art Refreshing Toner. We only have 1. But toning is important because it helps to minimize your pores and it helps to create pH balance, which really gives you a nice, even tone. A trick with this to make it last longer is to pour it into a spray bottle like this. And because this has like a large hole and I think you waste a lot. So I pour it in here and then I just spray a cotton round and use that to tone my face. Then I will use the Art Renewal Serum. This sort of acts like a primer. It's really great for the makeup. You don't have to have it, but it is a great makeup primer. This has sodium hyaluronate, which is like Spanx for your face. It's really amazing. It's kind of like the magic ingredient in this serum. Now for a moisturizer, everybody's different. I'm out of the Light Art moisturizer right now. So what I'm using, and I will use this anyways pretty regularly when I have the moisturizer, but I'm using Sandalwood Moisturizing Cream. And I just want to show you, it's really thick, and I love this because it's heavier. A lot of times I'll coat this on at night, but I can also wear it during the day, and I don't have dry skin or oily skin. I have normal skin, but it's fine. It works fine for my skin because the makeup, it's mineral based, and so it loves moisture. It really absorbs the moisture well. So the more moisture face is, the better. I also do use Wolfberry Eye Cream. I dab it right under my eyes, and it's great for under eye circles and, of course, wrinkles. So all of these products promote getting rid of wrinkles, right? They're full. If you go watch the other video later that I'm going to post, they're all full of essential oils. They have like Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood, frankincense, melissa. So they are nourishing your skin like you would not believe. And they smell so divine. So if you don't have any skincare, I know that seems like a lot, and I've kind of worked my way up, but if you don't have any of Young Living skincare, there's 3 products I would start with. That is the Art Skincare Trio. and it comes with the moisturizer, it comes with the toner, and a cleanser. So you can start with that. And if you don't want to get the cleanser that comes with the kit, you can just get the toner and the moisturizer, and you can order this separate. So either the trio or just order this separate and get the toner and the moisturizer. So I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed by the skincare options. There are even more. I don't use them all, but it's nice to know that we have choices. All right, so who here, I can't see, one of you guys have your camera off, but does anyone have any makeup at home that they're using right now? You can type it in the chat box if you do. Or unmute yourself or shake your head. Just curious.
I have the foundation and the lip gloss and the blush and the eyeshadow. So I'm still haven't gotten my mascara yet, and I've just ordered a new color of the blush, and I have a little bit of the eyeliner.
Awesome. You've got a lot of it. Yeah, the mascara is not coming out. Is it? I think it's still out of stock. They're going to be bringing it back soon. Alrighty, so let's get started. I'm excited. Let's talk about concealer first, because a lot of people, they want to conceal. As you can see, my skin is pretty clear. I'm really fortunate I don't have a lot to conceal today, but I do have one spot. If you can see it, I think it's a sun issue. We can't say that word, but I think it is something going on here. So I've been putting frankincense on it, and it's been drawing it out. So we'll see where that goes. But I'm going to show you how I conceal before I start putting on my moisturizer, my foundation, if I need to. I want to tell you, ladies, that investing in a good set of brushes is really important. Okay, Young Living has some fantastic brushes. They're from Italy, and they're all labeled with the name that what product that you are to use it with. Like this says foundation on it. And invest in a good set of brushes. If you can only get one brush right now, just get a good foundation brush. And you see how short and stubby that is? That is a good foundation brush. You want it to be thick, not big and fluffy. That is not a good foundation brush. So here's your foundation brush. I'm crooked, backwards. So I wear Cool Number 1, which is the lightest color that there is. And I'm going to show you that I tap the minerals into my cap, about that much. And it's really important to spray your brush with the misting spray. That is the key component to this makeup. The misting spray has geranium, lavender, cedarwood, and rose. And it really helps the pigments bind to the skin, and it really helps the makeup stay on longer and set, honestly. So I'm going to show you, I just spray it a couple of times, and then I take and I'll wipe the excess off on the back of my hands a little bit. So it's still damp, but it's not, soaking wet. And I pick up my minerals, swirl the cap around, and you can kind of, dab it off. The key is to get the makeup up in the brush, because if you don't, the makeup's going to start flying all over the place. You want to really get it up in the brush, because you're going to waste it if you don't, and it starts getting all over your clothes. So right now I'm going to work on concealing this little spot right here. And I have my mirror here because it's like backwards and it's messing me up. So I have to look in this little mirror here real quick every now and then. So I just sort of dab that area that I really want to conceal. So I kind of get some concealing going there first. I kind of let it set a little bit. And then I just do the rest of my face, and it blends in. And you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm not going to spray it again. I spray it about every other time. And I just do circular motions. And really, I don't have any rhyme or reason. Some people do one half their face and some do another.
So Tanya, if you had more than one little area you were trying to conceal, you would do that on every place first and let it sit for a second?
Yeah. Yes, I would, there's actually, it comes with a concealer brush, but I'm just doing one little area, so I just use my regular brush. But you could just conceal whatever you need with your concealer brush. And you would wet your brush and you would pick up what you're wanting to conceal. I mean, you would pick up the makeup and then you would dab the places that you're needing to conceal, or you might want to go under your eyes. This is a great brush. It doesn't come with a set. It's sold separately because I guess not everybody wants a concealer brush, but there is a basic set and I love it, but you can add extra brushes to it, and this is one I would get. But I just simply, as you saw, took the brush and dabbed the places I wanted to conceal. So I'm still working in the concealer. I'm going to spray it a couple more times. Actually, I just spray it once as I go along. That first time I got it pretty good. Picking up some more minerals, really getting it into my brush. Don't be shy. And now I'm going to go on the other side of my face. And I just do circles and up and down. I mean, I really don't have any rhyme or reason with it. I'm just showing you guys a really quick application, nothing fancy. Get a little bit more foundation. One thing I forgot to tell y'all earlier, when you're washing your face, you want to be sure anything you do to your face, do it to your neck as well. It doesn't help to have a 70-year-old neck and a 30-year-old face, right? So let's get our neck as well. And under your eye, you always want to dab because your eye area is very delicate. I always get my eyebrows and my eyelids too. I have to put product, as you can see, I have no eyebrows. I have to put product on my eyebrows, so that's why I always make sure that I put foundation on them, because I'm going to, it sort of sets them, so when I go to put on the eyebrows, they stay on better. So, I feel like my face is pretty covered now. It's just a light cover. You can do several layers if you want to, and you can even make this a liquid foundation if you want to. You would do that a couple of different ways, and in the other video that shows you more techniques, I'm going to link it below. So for tonight, I'm just showing you what I usually do on a daily basis, and I don't normally make it liquid. One thing I did do the other day, though, that I really liked, I used Young Living sunscreen, and then I put my makeup on, and it was such a nice thick coat of kind of like moisturizer, I guess you could say. It was very, very, such a rich lotion that the sunscreen is, and then I felt like my makeup just went on differently. I really like that. I might start wearing that in summer, the sunscreen under my makeup, to see how I like that. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit on my neck, just the kind of the residue. And now we have, our face is ready. Stacy, I wanted to tell you, there's just a few people on the call tonight. There's actually just 3 of you. So if you have a question and you want to unmute yourself, feel free to do so. And we'll take questions at the end as well. Okay. So,
oh, just thank you.
okay. All righty. So, did you have a question, Stacey? No. Okay.
No.
Okay. So the next step that I like to do, and I don't always do it in this order, but if I remember, I do. I'm just kind of, once you start playing with it, you just throw it on. It's sort of like the oils. You know, at first you're all worried about it. You check your book, you check your pocket reference, and but now you're just like popping oils. You know, it's like that. So what I'm going to do next is fix something real quick here. Okay, I am going to do the Diamond Dust as an all over just to set my foundation. You can also use this as a highlighter, and I'll show you that a little bit later. the key with a diamond dust is you do not want to get too much. You'll be a shining crystal. So you can see in my lid, I really just have some residue. I don't have a ton. I also like to spray, for this part of it, I do like to spray my, and this is your veil brush or your diamond dust brush. I think it says veil on it. Veil is the same thing as diamond dust, interchangeable. Anyway, I'll spray it one time, get the excess off, get this in there, and I really get it up in there because you don't want to, you just don't want to have a lot of it sitting. See, you can't even really see it. You don't want to have a whole lot of it sitting on the end because you just want a tiny bit because this stuff, it's shiny. So then I just kind of do it all over. You really can't see it on here, but when you go out in the sun, very pretty. Just a natural little, and it helps it to set. And I like to spray it because it just gives it a little more of a dewy look when you go out in the sun, especially. Alrighty, let's see. I think what we'll do next is the bronzer. Never did this before, Savvy Minerals, but I absolutely love it, and I will never leave home without bronzing. So, some people call it bronzing, can also call it contouring. Young Living actually has a contouring brush. It's kind of like oval shaped. We also have a bronzer brush. It's kind of like angled. So if at night I'm going out, I really want to make a defined, a defined look right there with the bronzer, I will use this brush. Okay, but for just simple everyday look, I'm going to use this brush. So this is contour, this is bronzer. We're going to use the bronzer brush. So I've already tapped some out in my lid. Again, you don't want a whole lot of this either. So I've got about that much. There's a couple of places that I like to bronze, 3 or 4 actually. So especially if you wear your hair like this, I like to bronze in the on your temple. So you just go up into your hairline like that, and it gives you a really nice sun-kissed look when you go outside. It's not a ton, but it's a nice little look. I don't know how good you guys can see that on here. And I just actually go all in my hairline on both sides. Okay? And then I like to do it, of course, under my jawbone. So right where you, right under where you would put your blush. So I do the fish face. Sometimes it helps me. Kind of the middle of your ear down, and just halfway. You don't want to go way down here. Okay, so the middle of your ear down. And just go back and forth. Very, very subtle.
Is that pretty much just giving you some definition right there in that area?
Yep. It's just very subtle. Again, when you go out in the sun, it's a lot more obvious. Just gives you a little definition. If you can see that.
Yeah, we can see there's a different, a little bit of a toning there. Mm-hmm.
Subtle. And then I always like to pull it together by bronzing my nose. I know, somebody told me that. I saw a girl do this, and just it's really pretty. So I'll just take and just bronze the end of my nose. I'll go one side, the other, and then the middle. And it's just kind of a nice little sheen. It kind of brings it together. A lot of people like to go on their jaw, down their neck, and just kind of do a little dusting. I don't, a lot of people believe that you can make your face a different shape, and you really can, but this is not an advanced class tonight. Sometimes in the summer, like lately, I have just been using this, just like kind of an all over and not even wearing blush. Sometimes I use the bronzer for eyeshadow. So it's very versatile. I love how versatile this makeup is. This is Crowned All Over, which is the lighter bronzer. And you don't want to use any misting spray with the bronzer unless you want it really dark. So if you really want a dramatic look, the misting spray will make anything more dramatic. Alrighty, so I have my little notes up here because because when I'm not on camera, I sort of don't go in this order. I just go crazy. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do my eyebrows because those are in desperate need. And that kind of frames my whole face. Okay, so what I have done is I used the multitasker. And actually, it's in this little container here because I was traveling and I use these sometimes, these little pods, so that's why this looks different. But I feel like the multitasker for me is a little bit dark. So I have mixed it with my foundation to lighten it up a little bit. So I don't know if you can see how dark it is. You can also use this for eyeshadow if you want to, or eyeliner. Well, that's called multitasker. So bear with me for just a minute. So if you don't have eyebrows and you want some tips on this, what I have learned, and this has been practice, trust me, is, and I like to blow it because, or put it on the back of your hand because you get some of the residue off. And it doesn't take a lot to define your brows. I don't know if you can see this or not. Let's see. Do this eye first. So I kind of start in the middle and I do the outer part first. Oh, just didn't really get a whole lot there.
Did you say your brush is wet? You wet it a little bit?
Yes. I did not wet this brush, but if you want to wet it, your eyebrows will just be a lot more dramatic. You can wet it if you want to. This is a brush by Young Living. It's called eyeliner. On one end, it's real thin, and the other one is, I actually use this for my eyeliner and my eyebrows. So I just like the shape of it. But as you can see, I have just gone and just kind of filled in with short little strokes my eyebrows. So short little strokes is the key. And I just kind of go with my natural line, even though there's not much there. So you can see that it's really light and it needs to come over some more. So your eyebrows should always be, if you hold it, it's hard for me to see, it's backwards. It should be at the end of your nose to there. And then the same with the outer eye should be, it's a good gauge, the end of your nostril and to the outer edge. And I would encourage you to watch some videos on this because this will take some practice in watching videos if you're not sure about your eyebrows. And they have to be sisters, but not twins. And sometimes, that's okay. They don't need to look exactly alike. So anyways, I could spend hours on my eyebrows, but you can see I have an eyebrow now. Didn't take long. Do the other one real quick.
That looks really good, actually. I think you got that down really nicely.
Finally, right? It took me forever and a day. So you don't want to get a lot of product because this will get fallout on your face. As far as the minerals, they will fall out. And if that happens, just take your big brush and brush it away. If you smudge it, it's going to smudge and look like you have soot on your face. So don't do that. So you can go a lot darker or even a little bit lighter, depending on what you're trying to go for. So that is your eyebrows. And see, I even on this one, got one that arches a little bit higher, but it's okay because they are related. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on that. So I have eyebrows. Yay! And I could even bring them over just a little bit more, but you guys get the idea. And let me just say that if you've never filled in your eyebrows, and I cannot tell you how many classes I've taught where ladies are like, I have never done that. And they even have nice eyebrows, but they may have like some areas maybe a little sparse or whatever. And some people do have truly dark eyebrows and they don't need to do a thing to them. It shouldn't. It could get scary. But a lot of ladies have some little sparse places. And if you just barely filled in with an eyebrow pencil, you would be surprised. I mean, eyebrow filler. You would be surprised at how nicely that just ties your look together. Okay, let's go ahead and do the eyes. So I do my eyeshadow first, and then I'll do my eyeliner when I wear eyeliner, which I know sounds crazy, but I'll show you how that, it's actually really easy. So I use the eyeshadow brush that Young Living comes in the Young Living brush set. And I'm going to put on Best Kept Secret. Again, it's in a little pod, but here's the color. It's very nude. And I just like to use this as a primer for my eyeshadow. Some people wear it just as eyeshadow. A lot of people wear it as primer. So I'm just going to cover my whole lid with it real quick.
And you're going to put that on dry, not...
Correct. Putting it on dry. You can put any of these products on wet, though. It does change the color of it completely. Put it on wet, you would just spray your brush with the misting spray. So you really can't see that, but it's a nice base. Okay, so I am going to try Diffuse tonight. It's a very pretty kind of plum color. And I want to show you, I'm just using the residue that's in the cap. That's it, because these colors, the mica and these colors are really rich, and you just don't need a lot of product. So somebody taught me a little trick with the eyeshadow, and I'm going to pass it on to you guys. So I like, the brush that comes with Young Living is very dense, and I like, she taught me to use a fluffier brush. So I got this at Walmart, and it's just a fluffier brush. And I think that it when you go to do your crease, when you go to put makeup on your crease, if you have a dense brush, it's going to go on very harsh looking, I guess you could say. And I like the fluffier brushes because it seems to be a little more subtle. So I got my product. And also I like to do just circular motions. Okay, so let me just show you. So I like to just kind of get in there and just do some circular motions, nothing real drastic, because once you get it, you can always darken it by adding makeup, but you don't want to go too dark right at first. So you can see it's just, it's not a lot of product, but it's subtle. And I just don't like really dark eyes when I just want an everyday look. Let me get a little bit more. And now I'm just going to put a little bit more on there. And another trick is if you want to keep your eye open and just do it right where you want it to show, you know, because sometimes when you close your eye, you just can get a whole different look. So that is really dark. Yeah, I put a little bit too much on that time. So I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm going to blend. It comes with a blending brush, your little kit does. I'm just going to blend back and forth. If you get the eyeshadow kit, the eye brush kit. And just kind of blend it out a little bit. Got some fallout, so I'm just going to wipe it off. So I like that. And I don't even, a lot of times I only wear one color these days. Keep it real simple. But I will show you what I would wear if I was wearing another color. If I wanted to do a brow color, I'm going to show you a really nice brow color for a brow highlighter. Whoops, I'm using my blending brush. But you know what? That's okay because it's pretty versatile. Alrighty. So I've got some shadow right in the crease one, maybe a little bit darker. Believe it or not, that makeup, it stays up in your brush, so sometimes you don't even have to get more makeup. You just keep kind of going over it. I know that sounds crazy, but I've noticed that the minerals, they sit really well in the brushes, and you just kind of need to keep applying it. I'm going to blend it out a little bit. Did that one already. I'll do this a little bit more. Okay, so my eyes are pretty much complete. I probably wouldn't do anything else for them, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna show you that I like Residual. It's a really pretty brow highlighter. It's sort of shimmery. And I'm going to use the dense brush for this one.
Tanya,
Yes.
do you use the same brush on many different colors?
Okay.
And
That's a good question. So I picked up these at the dollar store. It's a little microfiber cloth. And sometimes between applications of if I'm using a lot of different colors, but I tend to use some of the same colors. So, but if I'm using different colors, I will use this, and you can even wet it, but just kind of, it's really good for cleaning your brushes. You can spray this with, if you really want to clean your brush, you can spray it with Thieves Household Cleaner. But in between applications, you can just wipe it off on just a wash rag if you want to. But I got these at the dollar store. So I'm going to blow off a little bit of the excess, and I'm just going to place the eyeshadow right under my arch of my eyebrow, just to kind of open it up a little bit. Eyeshadow is a funny thing. It depends on the shape of your eye, how you really want to do the eyeshadow. So we're not going to go into any pro techniques tonight, but I would encourage you to get into those Facebook groups I talked about and watch some videos in there. Or just go online. My goodness, there's plenty of videos online about makeup application.
are there certain Facebook groups that you mentioned? Because I got on a little bit late. So was there anyone in particular that's a good one?
There's two that's great. One is called The Savvy Mess. S-A-V-V-Y, The Savvy Mess. The other one is called Inside Out Natural Savvy Beauty. And I'll post those after the class.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks.
Yeah. So I've highlighted my brow. I've done a brow highlighter. And if you wanted to do your lid, you definitely could do that. A lot of people are doing the darker shade before they do the lighter shade now. I used to do it the other way around, but we're just going to go with two colors tonight, but you definitely could put something on your lid if you wanted to. So I used Residual tonight and for the eyebrow, and then for the eyebrow contour, and then I also used Unscripted for the crease. So I don't have any mascara, so excuse me for 1 second while I use this toxic mascara. But Young Living's coming out with their mascara here in, I think, in about a month. It just went out of stock. So I just put on some mascara real quick. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do my, I did this last time, didn't I, Tammy? I forgot to do my eyeliner. So I'm going to do that here in just a second. Let me go ahead and finish this eye, because you know how it is. Once it dries, it's all clumpy and it's hard to go back. So I don't always wear eyeliner, but when I do, I like to wear the Jet Setter, which is a Young Living's black eyeshadow. Black eyeliner. But you can also use it for smoky eyeshadow if you want. So let me show you what that looks like. And I am going to make this liquid tonight. It is black. So I use what's already in the lid. And I'm going to wet my brush. I actually just dipped it in some water because it's such a small brush. I don't want to waste the misting spray on it. So this one I just dip in water usually. And just get it. I use this brush, the same brush I used for my my eyes. So I will clean this brush after this video so that I have a clean brush to work with tomorrow. So I just get as close to my lash line as possible. I don't know if you guys can see this, and apply the product. This is close to my lash line as possible.
Yes, we could see that, and I'm always so impressed to watch someone put on eyeliner because I can never get that right.
I don't, how funny. I do not always do my bottom eye because I feel like it kind of closes your eye up a little bit. But sometimes I will. So for the sake of the video tonight, I'm going to. And I usually just do it halfway. And then I'll take a Q-tip and sort of just smooth out the, just kind of blend it a little bit. So let's go ahead and finish this eye real quick. Normally I'll do both, but okay, just do one eye at a time tonight. This mascara I'm not crazy about, so do not get this mascara. It's L'Oreal, and it's very hard to work with for some reason. And I smudge it every time. But you know what? Q-tips work wonders. I can smudge the ooey out of my eyes and fix it all with Q-tips. So you can see the difference in the eyes with the eyeliner on. So again, I'm just working with what's already in the lid because it doesn't take much for this black eyeliner. Some people like to hold their eye. I kind of start in the middle and then do the front part and then move on to the back. Some people start in the back. It's just your own technique, honestly. That was enough to do the top and the bottom. I didn't even need to get any more product. When you get it wet and you put it on as a liquid eyeliner, it just glides on so smooth and it goes a long way. If you don't get it wet and you use it as a powder, some people do that as well. You just have to use it a tiny bit because you will get a lot of fall. You can get a lot of fallout around your eyes if you've got that just the black. It shows up so well, you know.
Did you re-wet your eyeliner brush for the second eye, or was it still wet enough?
It's still wet. Yeah, I didn't have to. Now, some people, and I noticed that it went on a little darker on one eye than the other. You can't tell really in the video, but the wetter it is, the darker it will be. And my eyebrows are, my eyelashes are something that I could skip on to for quite a while, but we're not going to tonight. I've noticed that if you want to have longer lashes, you sort of let them dry a minute, and then you do a second coat. And you really just kind of, take your time coating it on, I guess you could say. But the thicker you can get your eyelashes, the more they're going to show up. And I don't feel like they're showing up a ton in this video, but it's this mascara as well. But you can definitely tell I have product on my eyes. I feel like it's a little too dark for what I generally like. So a lot of times I will take a Q-tip and I'll just sort of, even blend it out further. That's why I don't like to put on too much product, because you can always build it and it builds really quickly. As you can see, I wasn't using a whole lot. So there we go. That's my eyes for tonight. Now I want to show you, I'm so excited because they have new blushes in. And tonight I have Charisma, because I felt like the other blushes were a little bit on the neutral side and I really wanted a pink blush, especially for the summer. Well, let me tell you what, girls, this blush is not only pink, it's fuchsia. It is some, I don't know if you can see that, fuchsia. So at first I was a little bit worried, thinking, oh no, where's my blush brush? There it is. I was a little bit worried, thinking this is going to be way too pink. So at first I was mixing it with my foundation, but now I just put it on. The key is not too much. So I just have a little bit in the lid. And I'm going to just get that on my brush, my blush brush I'm using. And I like to just smile and find my apples, and literally I just put it right on my apples. And this has a little bit of a sheen to it. So if you put too much, you're going to be, you're going to be really pink and really shiny.
And you put that on dry too? You didn't wet your brush, right?
Yeah. This is another one you can layer, so you don't want to go too heavy at first. You just want to layer it.
I just ordered that color, so I'm looking forward to trying it.
It does not take much at all.
Me too. I have it, but I haven't opened it yet.
Okay, good. You're going to like it. But I'm telling you, this will last you, oh my gosh, 2 years, because it does not take much at all. So I'm just going to get that much and kind of just do one more little layer right on the top of my apple.
That really is a tiny amount.
Mm-hmm. Really pretty. I like it. So we have done that. I like it. If you find like you get too much blush, which sometimes I will, then I will just take this and just sort of blend it in with your foundation brush. So, I want to show you how to highlight real quick. If you want to use a little bit more diamond dust and do a little more highlighting. Again, a tiny amount. And it's really good to use your lid because otherwise you just use too much out of the container. So I'm going to take, you should see my bathroom. Crazy. I like this bronzer brush that has a little bit of an angle. And I'm going to get just a little bit of this diamond dust. Not even, you can't even see it. It's so small amount. And I'm going to do it right in between my eyes. That's where I like to highlight. Just kind of right where the sun hits. And sometimes I'll just take the leftover residue, it's not much at all, and put it right on my cheeks. Just right up on my cheeks, right underneath my eye, sort of under my eye, but above my cheekbone. Can't really see it in here, but when you go outside, it's really, really pretty. And I put that on dry. Okay, so down to the lipstick. The lipstick ties it all together. I just got 2 new colors in tonight. I'm so excited. 2 new lip gloss colors. But last week, I want to show you this. I ordered Mic Drop, which is really fuchsia, but it's really, really pretty. Trying to think. It's not what I want to do tonight because I got my new lip glosses in. So I'm going to do a lip gloss. Because this is so bright. Actually, this is really pretty to wear with, I think it's Embrace, or is it Abundance? The lighter color. The really light lip gloss. I don't have it in here, but you know what I'm talking about, Kenny?
I think it's Embrace.
Yes. This is really pretty. You can wear this alone if you want a really bright color. So you want me to put it on, and then I can put on, I can do another, take it off and do something else. We'll do that. These are now infused with tangerine, and they're very creamy.
I just ordered the one called Wish, which I think is a really light color, but I'm looking forward to it. It's pretty.
It is very pretty. And then you can put that lighter color lip gloss on it to tone it down a little bit, depending on what you're wearing. So let me get this, and I'll take it off and show you this other color. I don't always wear lip glosses by themselves. Usually I'll do a lipstick and then a lip gloss, but this lip gloss is so bright that I have to wear it by itself. So this is called Headliner. It looks like a fuchsia lip gloss, and this one is called Anchors Away. And it is really pretty. It's like a rust copper. It's really pretty. But I'm going to try this one, Headliner. These have peppermint in them. This is kind of like the lipstick, but it's a gloss. Yeah, it's pretty. And I like to really get the gloss on your pout. Well, like right here. anyway, I like that. That's pretty.
It's very pretty. It's like a subtle color, just enough color to make it pop.
Yeah, just enough. So I'm going to put this over it, the other one, because sometimes I just like to mix the colors and see what they look like. This is the rust color. That's pretty too. You probably can't tell the video.
No, you can. It does. It brightens it up. It's like a rose color.
Yeah. Yeah. So now you just have your everyday savvy look. You guys have any questions? Let's see. If there's anything I didn't cover. The new colors are so pretty that just came out. I don't have all of them right here in front of me, but I wanted to tell you that if you want to make your eyeshadow darker, you can do the technique called foiling, which is where you just wet your eyeshadow brush and you put it on wet. And it's very dramatic. It's very pretty and shimmery. Alrighty.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So y'all, you don't have your makeup. We thought of you to get it. I know, Charlene, we're going to do a class for you, and we're going to do a class for you soon, and you'll get to try it in person before you buy it.
That's always awesome. And I know I work from home, so I don't always wear a lot of makeup, but I do always like to have on a foundation and a little bit of blush and my lip gloss, so I'll feel a little put together before I have to walk out of the house. And
Yeah.
I love all of the Savvy colors because they are light, but they give you just that little bit of color. So you can even go with a really hardly any makeup on at all, but you still look like you have a little bit of color. Yeah.
That's true. So sometimes I won't, I hardly ever do my eyes. I just will put on mascara. I always do my brows.
It looks really nice.
Thank you, Charlene. So hopefully you saw how easy that was. It really
Yeah.
is.
My thing is my rosacea. It's just trying to cover up my rosacea and not make me look like I've got a ton of makeup on.
Yeah. Well, you won't feel like you have a ton of makeup on. The makeup is, as a matter of fact, people say, I can't even feel it. I mean, that's the, it's almost a complaint. Like they want to feel it. I don't understand, but.
I have a question for Charlene. With rosacea, what skincare are you using? Have you found that you like the cleanser?
What I'm using now is I was using Bare Minerals and stopped using that because I found out they were sold to some company that I can't even pronounce their name. It starts with an S, and they've got all kinds of, I want to say it's part of Lancome or something. And so I was like, I was scared to quit use that. So then I went to Mary Kay. So I've been using Mary Kay. And I did notice one thing that Mary Kay doesn't do that the Bare Minerals was starting to do was when I put it on, it would sting. Like my pores. Like when I would use the brush to, after about 10 or 15 minutes, I'd feel like I had to scratch. I was like, oh, that ain't good. So they somehow changed their minerals in it, and the form. So then I was like, no. And then a friend of mine said, well, try Mary Kay. It's been around for umpteen million years. And I tried it, and it's okay, but I just feel like I'm having to put on a lot to cover up my red. Red, and red.
Yeah. What do you wash your face with?
Ivory soap.
Okay. I have heard that this facial cleanser, the Orange Blossom,
Yeah.
is really great for
Really?
for breakouts. Yeah. I've heard it's really
Blossom?
great. Orange Blossom, because it has the sulfurzyme and MSM, which are excellent for your skin, for supporting your skin.
Yeah. My kids last year gave me a $100 gift certificate to it's it's in Deer Park. It's the place where you can go get a facial.
Merle Norman?
No, it's a spa-like place in Deer Park, and they've got one in Clear Lake. Remember the name of it? It's not Massage Envy. It's anyway. So I told him I'm going to go have that done and get all the dry stuff off my face.
You know what? That I've heard this and the satin mint facial scrub. I've heard it's really good to get all that skin off, the dead skin off.
Yeah.
So those two things, I really start with those.
I
Honestly.
love the orange blossom, and you only use a teeny tiny bit. It goes a long, long ways.
Yeah.
The orange blossom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you use the scrubber, do you use one of those brushes that little machine things that kind of, what do they call it? Does the circular motions and stuff?
I don't. I just use my hands. Honestly, it's an abrasive, feel, and you don't want to overly exfoliate because that's not good for your skin either. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You need to get together and get a class on the books. You can try. We try all of that at the class, the whole skin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you can get her some little samples to try.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm high. I guess with the rosacea, it makes you more sensitive to things. And John laughs at me when we go in the mall and they try to give us something, and I go, no. The guy go, oh yeah. I go, no, I'm allergic, and then he just walk off.
Yeah.
It's got gold in it. I don't care if it's got money in it.
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes you might want to introduce, one thing at a time just to make sure see what you're reacting to. But I would be surprised if you didn't love this product, honestly.
Okay.
I've seen people use it that have issues like that.
Yeah. Well, I just placed my one order, so I have to wait until next month to place the next order.
I understand. I understand.
But
All right.
yeah, your face looks great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? I don't want to keep you guys too long. Go ahead, Stacey. Let me unmute you if you're not sure. Are you saying bye?
Bye.
Okay. Bye. All right. You ladies have a fantastic night. And Tammy, I'm going to stop this recording. And thank you so much for helping me, Tammy. That's my twin sister, guy. I'm trying to unmute you, Charlie.
Oh, there we go. All right, you stopped the recording?
No, I was trying to. Let's see.
I said, really?